Hey everyone! Today we're diving into a question that I think is going to hit home for anyone who's ever felt like they were fighting with their own software. We're talking about moving past the endless menus, the endless clicks, and into a world where just having a simple conversation with an AI can actually get real work done.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Think about the software you use every single day at your job. Is it really helping you, or does it feel more like a roadblock, something you have to wrestle with just to get things done? Because for way too many of us, it feels like we're working for the software and not the other way around.
And a perfect example of this whole problem, you don't have to look any further than the ERP system. You know, the enterprise resource planning software that's supposed to be the central brain of your whole business. The thing is, for the people who are actually in it day in and day out, it often feels less like a brain and more like a maze.
I bet this looks pretty familiar, right? You know what you need to do is in there somewhere, but getting to it means navigating this crazy labyrinth of drop-downs and tabs and pop-up windows. A simple task suddenly becomes this scavenger hunt you never even wanted to be a part of.
And these headaches are pretty much universal. You know the drill. Clicking through screen after screen just to change one little thing. Hunting for that one menu you used last week but can't for the life of you find today. Simple things like updating a sales order turn into these massive, multi-step ordeals. It's not just slow, it's honestly exhausting.
Okay, but what if there was a totally different way to do all this? What if you could just bypass that maze entirely? Well, that's exactly where this solution comes in, a new AI assistant that works right alongside you.
No, really, just stop and picture this for a second. Instead of all the clicking and searching, you just ask. You could manage your entire sales process just by typing in plain English like you're talking to a super efficient coworker who has the whole system memorized. And look, this isn't some far-off, futuristic dream. It's being powered right now by two key pieces of technology that work together. You've got an intelligent chat layer on one side and a powerful ERP system on the other. You put them together, and you get this incredibly smooth, conversational way of working. So you're probably wondering, how does this AI magic actually happen? I mean, how does a simple sentence typed into a chat box become a real, completed task inside a super complex ERP system? Let's pull back the curtain and see how it works. It all boils down to this really clean 5-step flow. First, you type your command. The AI immediately gets to work, figuring out what you actually mean. Then, and this is the cool part, it identifies the exact tool or function it needs inside the ERP and triggers it. The action happens in the system, and then the AI pops back into the chat to let you know it's done. It's a perfect, seamless loop.
Now I get that this might still sound a little abstract, maybe a bit like science fiction. So really, the best way to understand just how powerful this is to see it for yourself. And let me be absolutely clear, what we're about to look at is not a simulation. This is the real deal.
We are talking about real commands getting real results. Things like creating a sales order from scratch, changing a delivery date on the fly, updating how many products are in an order. You can even just tell it to open a specific part of the ERP for you, all from that one chat window.
And this just shows it all perfectly. Watch this. The user types a simple request to create a sales order. The AI instantly understands, asks for the details it needs to get the job done, and then, bam. Just like that, it confirms the order is created. It's so fluid, so fast, and it's all happening in real time.
I really have to say this one more time because it's the most important part. These are not fake, pre-written answers. This isn't just a chatbot pretending to do something. Every single one of these actions is a real transaction happening live in the ERP system on the back end.
So the tech that makes this all possible is called tool-based execution. Now don't worry about the jargon. All that really means is that the AI has been given the actual keys to the ERP's tools. When you tell it to create an order, it's not faking it. It is literally using the exact same function the regular software would use to create and update records in the database, instantly.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture here, because this is way more than just a cool tech demo. This is a real glimpse into the future of how we work, and honestly, it matters to every single one of us. When you just remove all that unnecessary complexity, the benefits are huge and they're obvious. First, you're drastically cutting down on clicks, which saves an incredible amount of time. That, of course, leads to a massive jump in how efficient people can be. And at the end of the day, you get what everybody wants, simpler workflows that let people focus on doing their actual jobs, not just fighting with software.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. We focused on sales and ERPs today, but just imagine this idea applied to everything. What if your CRM, your project management tool, your HR system? What if every single piece of software you used at work was this easy? That's the future this technology is building, and it's a lot closer than you might think.